For a while now, the typical custom keyboard build process has pretty much looked like A. Set your budget and form factor of choice, B. Do a whole bunch of research on Reddit and YouTube, and C. End up with a keyboard that looks something like this, or this, or this. I mean, if you even just spend a few minutes on the Mech keyboard subreddit, you're practically guaranteed to find a set of GMK Classic Beige or some variation of black or white keycaps. This keyboard is different. Okay, so Gravastar have obviously gone full tilt with a cyberpunk kind of graffiti aesthetic for this keyboard, which is the Mercury V75 Pro. It's a wired 75% Hall effect that goes for around the 400 Aussie dollar mark, depending on which colorway you go for. We've got the cyberpunk variant, but there is also the iron purple one and the neon graffiti colorways, which are equally as outlandish as this one. The unboxing experience is pretty nice, coming in a big hefty box, which inside you'll find a cleaning cloth and tool, a few spare switches, combo switch and keycap puller, a non-braided A to C cable, and the manual. The plastic dust cover is a nice touch, but I would have liked to see a better quality cable, especially considering the keyboard is wired only. Okay, let's address the elephant in the room. This is no ordinary design by any stretch of the word. Gravastar has completely ditched the standard custom aesthetic for something that you either love or hate. It's got this freakish symbiote looking aluminium exoskeleton wrapping around the entire board, and if that wasn't enough, two adjustable legs which genuinely look more like a prop from a sci-fi set than something that should be sitting at your desk. The PPT dye sublimated keycaps are also pretty unique to say the least. They're a mix of lightly textured darker greys and blacks, contrasted with brighter neon blues and pinks, which certainly work well with the bold legends to achieve that cyberpunk aesthetic. Though personally not really our style, as you would have seen from the intro, we aren't so much into the big, loud, in-your-face kind of keyboards, but we also don't hate the design. It no doubt sets it apart from the rest of the custom space. That said, the Mercury V75 Pro does feel quite well built, as one would expect from this price point, even if it does only come in at just over a kilo. The metal frame doesn't flex at all, and the plastic underside feels solid rather than hollow, so on the desk it feels nice and dense. You can definitely hear the plastic case though. It doesn't sound as premium as full metal boards, which are easily obtainable even at much lower price points. No fancy brass weights or anything like that, but there is nice detail on the bottom of the case. You've got dedicated volume control, but this is a clicky up-down type of switch. I found it to work fine, but not as fluid or satisfying as a normal volume roller or a rotary knob like the one on my QK75. Just below that is a small RGB caps lock indicator, which at first glance we were hoping might be a tiny OLED screen for extra customization or info, but it's unfortunately just a LED sitting behind the Gravastar logo. A screen would have been nice at this price point, especially considering you can find one on keyboards a quarter the price of this one. Not a deal breaker here, but something to note. The Mercury V75 Pro ships with Gateron's magnetic jades, 0.1 to 3.5mm linears that have been pre-lubed. These are 36 gram switches with a 50 gram bottom out, so not too heavy, which is good for gaming. They are a bit scratchier than I like, more so than my Gateron Oil Kings, but there isn't any noticeable spring ping and stem wobble is minimal. Note that this keyboard does have a hot swap PCB, which Gravastar says is compatible with select TTC and Gateron models. The stabilizers out of the box are pretty much what you'd expect from a pre-build. They have been pre-lubed, but there is a bit of ticking remaining in the spacebar. The modifiers are pretty good though, so overall not too bad. Opening up the keyboard isn't a pain, but a toolless design like the ball catch and pogo pin connectors you'll find on newer QK and Neo boards would have been a nice touch. It is just a few screws to undo to open up the case and you're in. Inside the board, the V75 Pro is unsurprisingly all foamed up. You've got the bottom plastic case, followed by some pour-on foam, your non-flex cut hot swap PCB, some PET foam and switch pads, more pour-on foam, and then the carbon plate, which we'll talk about later on. Justin here to talk about the performance. Being a wide-only Hall effect keyboard, you'd expect good gaming performance, and fortunately, the Mercury V75 Pro does not disappoint. Hall effect really is a game changer, and honestly, it's kind of a surprise that some of the larger companies are still releasing new gaming keyboards that aren't really Hall effect. Fortunately, we have seen this technology trickle down into cheaper keyboards, so it's not like you need to spend hundreds of dollars to get Hall effect switches. That being said, this keyboard is fast. We don't have access to any fancy latency testers or any raw quantitative data to report, but Chris and I have both been putting in more than a couple of hours into BFV and TF2, among some other non-competitive games we play, and it's been a blast with the Mercury. The fact that you don't have to fully depress the key for it to actuate might not sound like anything special on paper, but in real world use, it translates to much snappier inputs, and once you get used to it, it's almost like every other keyboard has some kind of input lag. Using the web-based software, which we'll discuss more in a bit, you have access to your rapid trigger settings, custom actuation points, dead zones, your polling rate, and of course, snap tap, among some other features. I haven't played CS in a while, but even for the other games I play, the null binds can come in handy. I didn't play around with the other options too much, like dynamic keystroke and toggle keys, but they are there if you want them. When it comes to everyday typing and even office work, that is, if you do plan on bringing this to the office, it admittedly did take some getting used to for myself personally. The travel is a bit shorter than I'm used to, and I quickly found that I tend to rest my fingers lightly on certain keys, which usually isn't an issue until you factor in the Hall effect switches and the 36 gram actuation force, which resulted in the occasional mispress here and there. This was until I realized you could simply toggle the office mode feature on the back of the board, which disables rapid trigger. It's a simple toggle that's very convenient, and I'm glad Gravastar have thought this through. Now, here's a sound test of the Mercury. Okay, so this thing is filled to the brim with foam, and you can definitely hear it. All the layers of foam combine for that foggy sound signature that seems to be the go-to for most pre-builds. This isn't necessarily a bad thing in itself, as of course you have the option for taking it out. However, because of that carbon plate and non-flex cut PCB and all the foam, it makes for a rather stiff typing experience. For reference, here's what a non-foamed and PC plate keyboard looks like, and then here's the V75 Pro. Now, this is largely personal preference. It's totally fine if you like a hard bottom out, but for Chris and I, we definitely prefer something with a little more give. Ideally, Gravastar provides some options at checkout for plate preference. It was rather refreshing finding that the V75 Pro doesn't lock you behind a downloadable software suite. Instead, everything is handled through a relatively intuitive, web-based configurator. And despite this, the level of control is impressive. You get access to 16 different lighting modes, dual lighting zones, that is the main keys and the ambient side glow, and full color tuning with hue, saturation and brightness sliders. The RGB itself looks pretty good, being well diffused on the sides, with the translucent PBT keycaps allowing for a pudding keycap style-esque effect, which was all the rage a couple of years ago. So, if you're really pedantic about your RGB, you're more than covered with this board. Besides the other Hall effect features and toggles that we discussed earlier, the webpage is also where you update the keyboard's firmware, remap keys, and enable controller emulation, which is pretty cool and should come in handy if you like to play racing games. So then, what's our overall thoughts on the Gravastar Mercury V75 Pro? Well, despite its premium price tag, there are a few oversights present. Namely, the lack of a screen, and limited config options that only cater to those who like stiffer typing experiences. But, let's be honest, you're only buying this keyboard for its frankly outrageous design, which kinda puts it in a league of its own. There's literally no other keyboard like this on the market. The excellent gaming performance and good build quality are just niceties at this point. The V75 Pro retails for $240 USD on the Gravastar website, and that's for the Cyberpunk and Iron Purple colorways, and $260 USD for the Neon Graffiti variant. If you'd like to see more of our reviews, check out the links below. We'd also like to thank Gravastar for loaning this unit for review. This has been Chris and Justin from DIN. Thanks for watching.